Greetings and salutations. This is Jason Silverain, and today I'll be taking a look at 9 Kings. Now this one's got a lot of potential. This is like a little strategy roguelike, and I've been enjoying it so far. It is an early access, it's available for £12.99, but it's currently on sale for around £8. And it's one of the few games that's made me, well, break my promise to myself that I wouldn't be buying any more new games until I finished most of my collection. Yes, this game, for all its basics, all its things to be added, has managed to nail that one more turn feeling, and that is important in a roguelike. I really think this has potential to definitely be one of those little games you pick up because you will play it non-stop for a week, probably finish everything in it, and never touch it again. But you will be hooked while you are playing it. It's great fun. Sad Socket have done a brilliant job on this. It does have some major bugs right now, though. You can't really get past level 74 in endless mode because the enemies are invincible. I was very disappointed because I was on a perfect run to actually get that 99 level achievement. There's only 7 Kings of the 9 in at the moment. I'm really looking forward to when they've added more content. And they have actually picked up quite this strange publisher, which I have never heard of before, which is quite rare if I'm honest. There we go, Hooded Horse. Just had to go and have a quick reminder, because unfortunately my notes are a bit too scribbly. Now, as you go through, these are our various kings. It is mostly made for keyboard, it's quite nice. And it also has quite a few decent options for if you want it in widescreen, small screen, different resolutions, different speeds, things like that. Now, all of the kings need to be unlocked, apart from the King of Nothing, who I'm going to start with today, since he'll be your introduction king. And there is a demo for this, which I really recommend trying out, if this catches your eye. But all of them sort of have a theme. King of Nothing is like your basic all-round. He doesn't have too many enchantments, but the enchantments he has are quite good. He has okay turrets. He has middling troops, but he has reasonably good buffs. King of Spells, all about enchanting your units and building up massive enchantment stockpiles on them. King of Greed, it's all about the money. Had some of the best turrets in the game for DPS. King of Blood, weakest king of the lot right now, but it has some units and some gimmicks that are well worth picking up. King of Nature, same again, relatively weak, but is all about buffing your units' HP, having these really slow but quite powerful units, and they have the Pigoos, which are great fun. King of Stone, all about the turrets here. He buffs up most of your base defenses. But the King of Progress, absolutely broken, has a unit that can turn enemies into rats, or later on bombers which explode when they're next to other units. So you have those, you get something that boosts their attack speed, and suddenly the entire enemy army is exploding on itself. I don't really know what much else to add there, but every king has 9 cards. It's a little sad because this is the problem. You will get through all the content relatively quickly. And it's trying to find those combinations that really stick. Now, there needs to be a challenge mode added at some point in the future. Endless is okay if somewhat frustrating, because you really need particular builds, and those builds just involve having really broken turret builds. Your units become somewhat useless past level 50. We have numerous difficulties, and you have a leveling system, which every time you gain levels, you gain perk points, and perk points let you add perks. Now each king has a different set of perks. I've mostly gone for expansionists, so we have more land to start with. I've made it so my turrets do a little bit more damage. And the rest of these, they're okay. But I think the Royal Decree, the rerolls, and the Lucky, other than the expansions, are the best things for this chap. And in fact, I'm just going to reset that. The castling level ups would be fine if it was any other castle. This castle is kind of the weakest ones. So I'm going to put that into Lucky, because we might get some fun builds going. The turret one is useful if I was going for Endless, though. Now, as I say, King of Nothing. We have our basic castle. You yeet a boulder. It really does not level well. It becomes useless very quickly. Soldier, one of the best all-round units in the game, if I'm honest. You get a lot of them. They've got alright basic stats and buff up quite well. Paladins, highly defensive, but actually some of the worst defensive troops in the game, I found, because you just get so few of them and they get overwhelmed very quickly. And the archer, I've tried leveling this thing. It shoots rapidly, it shoots at the closest enemies, and enough of them can do a bit of damage, but otherwise not very good. So your soldiers are your main boyos here. Scout tower, actually great fun. The farm can be pretty abused, but unlike most other buff buildings, it only adds to one adjacent troop. So it's not actually that useful in the placements. Wildcard is fantastic, so you can level up anything. Blacksmith, 2% to pretty much adjacent troops and constructions. Oh, excuse me there. That is very useful. It's not the best one, because King of Stone has something much better for towers, but you can't really argue that it's not useful as an all-rounder. And the Steel Coat, fantastic. You literally need Steel Coat for your units to survive anything high level. If I can get King of Magic as one of my rivals, this will be fantastic. Wonderful, that is exactly what I want. I need to get a library off you, my friend. So, in terms of plots, the bonus plots are not great. I'm going to stick my castle up in the corner here because, frankly, it will just get in the way. It can't really be leveled effectively too much. And, oh, this is a thing to mention. When we do combat, the camera zooms in, which makes it very difficult to see anything in these squares over here. So, if the enemy have breached your lines and you're trying to use your castle's attack on them, it's very hard to click them. So we're going to go in this side. So we can play one card a year. So we're going to start with melee troops. Now, I'm trying to think where to put you, because I really want something like a blacksmith in the center. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you there. We have our little guys. I love the sprite work for this, by the way. It's fantastic. And we're going to yeet boulders down. Only thing we have to worry about is our castle's attacks. We can't really do anything else during combat. We can't control our troops, and there's nothing else you can cast. So there we go. Oh, I really want that Steel Coat, but we will go with Blacksmith, because that will start leveling our units up very nicely. It's an extra 2% damage. Now we're fighting the King of Spells. His Warlock's going to get charged forward and quickly get overwhelmed by sheer numbers. I will kill his spellcasters in the back. And good stuff. And that's the library I wanted. Fantastic. We're going to put the library down here. Now it only has a 50% chance to add an extra enchantment you already have. And then we have King of Greed here. He has the very powerful, quite tanky mercenaries, which are a solid unit, and he has thieves, which are some of the nastiest units in the game when it comes to when it comes to just getting in close and disrupting formations. Gambling's actually really good because it lets you play 2 cards every year, but I can't pick which cards I take, so I'm going to take gambling, because let's have some fun with this. And we're going to put the vault in the corner over here, it doesn't really benefit from any levels. More gold is nice. Now, we don't really benefit from that much gold, but it will help us later on if I can get a particular combo. I mean, I kind of need the King of Progress as well. I need to get my hands on his rats, because he has a unit called Lab Rats, which can be leveled up indefinitely, because nearly everything else in the game can only be leveled up 3 times unless you get a particular event or item that lets it level up more. So we are going to play the farm here. That will start adding to their numbers. And then I'm just going to level up my soldiers rather than having a second batch of them. I find leveling units is better than having lots of them. The exception to this are the conversion towers that turn people into rats from the King of Progress. Okay, I'm just going to quickly move my window across, because I'm playing window mode today. Alright, these blessings are usually useless, but What were we using? What are we going to get today? 20 gold or less. But yeah, this is useless. This is useless to us. Unless we have a merchant, but because we have this, no good. Spire is okay early game. We'll put you there. I know we can play a second card. I'm going to play another farm. Might as well build them up. No, in high ranking endless mode, these guys are just speed bumps. I won't get really past year 40 with the King of Nothing. I mean, in theory, I could maybe pull it off, but it's very unlikely. Now, Steel Coat. We need to start using this, because otherwise this is useless to us. I am going to level that up right now. So we have a level 2. So it has 2 attempts to add a Steel Coat on now. And as you can see, the assassins... Sorry, I keep calling them assassins. The thieves will leap right into our back row and kill our archers. Or your wages, or your ballistas, you know, whatever you've got back there. King of Nature's a favourite. King of Stone could be very useful if I get the right combination. King of Nature has some really, really good units. I'm going to go with King of Stone, though. I don't like fighting King of Stone. But here we go. This is what I wanted. Thieves I absolutely love. Dispenser, however, is essentially a Gatling gun. Single target tower. Gains at +1 attack speed for every 1 gold you receive. I have already got a vault that is giving me 3 gold, so that adds 3% attack speed every year. I also get money every time I finish a level, which adds on more attack speed. And I'm going to put that here. And then I will play this. And that will also level up the damage it does. Oh. But as you can see, it's very slow to start with. But by the end of this, that will be a laser. But what I need is another wild card. Lovely. I've got a farm that doesn't really do anything for us. I mean, in theory, I could put it here and get another unit. I'm going to bin that. We're going to get money and increase the speed on that. We're going to max out you guys. Lovely. Lovely. That's up to 4 now. This game does have a little compendium if you press escape as well. So if you ever want to check any of your cards, you can. The only thing I wish you could do in the compendium is check base stats for the cards as well. A descriptor is okay, but it's not all that useful. Alright. Destroys target plot forever. Trigger a Royal Council event. I don't like the idea of destroying plots. Earthwork is actually quite good for unlocking more plots. I think what I want is going to be Steel Coat, Carnage. I can't afford anything now, but I do want to be spending a little bit of money. No, but we're still on the thing. I wish I could have precision. I need to be under 20 gold. There we go. So that is a prophecy. I don't think we get any more sales by then, or... Yeah, I don't think that's going to help me. Because looking at this, I'm going to get 9... Yeah, because you get like 9 a year. Put that on you. Steel Coat on you. I have Thieves. You know, we're going to go in with the units here. We're going to go with the Thieves, and we'll put Carnage on the Thieves. Because your Thieves jump into the enemy's backline, and they die very quickly. And I've got no way of increasing these guys' health. There is something that the King of Nature can give you, which is really, really useful. Like a forest that increases the health of the units next to it. But my main issue would be, I'd have to stick it like there or there. So I'd only be able to increase 1 unit's health. That's not bad. Midas touch. So they will kill units. We might as well have that percentage to Get a few. And look at that. They just butcher their way through the ballistas. Excellent. Quarry. This is the one I wanted. Lovely. Because it improves your base as well. And it doesn't have to be next to anything. So I can stick this pretty much anywhere. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the quarry there. It's not ideal. But it's the space I have to work with. And we have this poison. There we go. Does that make my catapult poisonous now? I'm mildly curious. Oh, let's get rid of the shaman at the back. Please. Because they really do make a difference with the buffs. Now we can unlock a new area. Every time we hear that sound effect, it reminds me of Golden Axe. See, this is where I really ideally needed to put my castle. Up in this corner. Alright, so where can we... where can we put something that would be useful? I am thinking... there. Or up here. Up, you know, somewhere. I do kind of want room to put another turret down, so you know what, I think I'm going to go... yeah, I'm going to go there. So far they're doing the most damage. Area damage equal to the attack when it kills an enemy. Yeah, causing explosions is always nice. I don't want to put too many enchantments on because I kind of really want to stack up the shield. It is random which ones the library will pick, though. Do I want to get more wizards? No, we'll improve our wizards. What am I thinking? Lovely stuff. Now, what I really want is one of these that just causes the effects of your buildings to essentially have one additional effect. Because normally, each time you level one of these up, it will basically make it activate an additional time. Pow. You know what? Yeah, I'll go for it. We'll stick you in the back for now. I'll keep mortgage on the side, just in case I want to get rid of anything. But we now have quite the little army building up. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm doing poison damage with my boulders. See, I've learned a new thing I can do today. Okay, so double all the maximum HP. That could be quite good. Double crit damage. I don't have the one that improves crits right now, so I'm going to double the HP. That will still make them an absolute cakewalk in the higher levels. They will just be run over and the HP won't be enough, but it's better than nothing, right? You can always double a double. Unfortunately, with those kind of effects, I think they only work when you first activate them. Which is a shame, because it would be nice that every time you put down units, they start with doubled HP. Now, this is lovely. Static. Gee, great for little units. So, we're going to make it so you can earn static in that. You're going to have that one. I'm just going to get rid of you. I don't think we'll need the warlocks today. Lovely. Again, this game is relatively slow paced and it can be quite nice. And I realise I've now got the music quite low down. I'm going to just turn that up just a little bit so you guys can hear it properly. And whilst I think the game could do with a slightly better soundtrack, maybe each king having their own unique sort of level sounds and similar, I do appreciate that the peacetime and the battle music just flows into each other really well. Also, I'm going to say now, they've already upped the wall HP twice, and it doesn't matter, it's still useless. Still absolutely useless. And in fact, if your opponent's got thieves, it's a liability because they teleport straight to the wall, because the thieves count as a... Sorry, the walls to the thieves count as units. So they'll teleport straight to your line here. Whereas if you had no wall and no units, they'd just walk across the map at you. There we go, this is building up now. Spend 30 gold, increase every stat by troop by 15%. I'm very tempted to cast it on them. Lovely. I'm going to get rid of one of the mortgages. Are we all good? What I kind of want is earthworks, so I can get rid of this and then put it back down again. Pow. And pow. The thing is, you can't control who you're going to fight, because sometimes you get more cards towards one unit than another. I'm going to put a little bit of... No, I don't need that on that. I'll just keep... It's better to me just level up this one. It's better to stack one than have a lot of people have, like, a tiny enchantment. Alright. And then you're going to go into my back line, so I've launched there. Yep. There's a wonderful one of these that goes, hey, everyone who attacks you gains a stack of poison. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. Now we're going to put... If I was going to stick a tower down, where would I want it to be? I want to be somewhere I could buff it, but at the same time I kind of want it out of the way. So I'll put that there for tower purposes. Mercenaries are nice, but I don't really need them. Did I give Midas Touch to someone? I'm pretty certain I did. Yes, I did. I gave it to them. Lovely. I could go with a Spire, but I can always sell it later. I love the fact that damage output actually applies to the healing on this. There we go. And because I've got this leveling up my main castle, my castle's actually worth it, because normally I'd be doing 16 damage, which is a pittance. Absolute pittance. So, not what I wanted, but I'm happy to take it. And you can now see why this has that one more turn element. It's sort of building up your combos, making a plan of what cards you've got, what you're going to put down, where you're going to put your various odds and ends. It really wants to have me double critical damage today. Attack speed by towers could be nice, but I don't have enough of them to make that worthwhile. I'm going to double HP again. Still tiny, mind you. Still tiny. Is that level 3? Yeah, that's level 3. I am just going to sell the archer. Build up the hits per second. Oh, second blacksmith. If I could get it there, that would be lovely. I'm going to get rid of... Let's get rid of you. Because they could do with a buff. Most units by default are pretty bad. Even if you level them up all the way, if you don't have something like this leveling them every year, they do turn out to be pretty mid. The Trebuchet, I really like this. It's quite a fun one, but it fires so slowly. There we go. Fuel the beast. I've maxed out my quarry now, which means all my towers are going to get 6% damage each year. Fantastic. Make peace with a king. We don't really need anything else from the King of Stone. We're done with you, buddy. We've got my maxed out quarry. That's what I wanted. I've got a nearly maxed out cauldron. I can just sell that. Destroy target plot. Receive random tome cards. No. Just no. Well, I hope you can notice that if I duck my head down slightly, as you can see, everyone's getting massacred. But even with this and this adding to our troop numbers, we are still behind other units. We will never catch up with them. Farm. I could put it there. You know, no, farm. Another lot of soldiers we don't need. We've got all the units we need right now. There's nothing we need to adjust. If I could improve the success rate of the library, that would be brilliant. But there's no way I know of doing that. And there's no enchantments that really affect buildings. I would really like it if this was 12 cards instead of 9. Alright, so we're going to buy that library. Then we're going to re-roll, and I'm going to just double check. So the library needs 1. I really want more dispenser. I would like another cauldron. Another vault would be just fantastic. We've got another vault. Additional spire could be fun. And with the cost of the re-roll factored in, I don't think we can do anything. I mean, I could take the other blacksmith, but I don't have the space for it. Farm? Why didn't I just level up that farm rather than... It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to do that. I'm going to level the spire. I'm going to level the vault. But then for some reason, when you go to the merchant, you can sort of play all the cards you bought the merchant. Here we go, this is it. As much as I want that blacksmith, beacon is more important. Beacon is way more important. Okay, so we're going to overinvest into you. Which didn't seem to improve its crit chance. That's disappointing. We can expand there. Yeah, I'll wait for that. Wait till it's so I'm gonna sell the mortgage. I'm not going to remortgage the home. It seems that once you're down to 2 cards, that's when it's is ready to move on. When you have the gambling. But because we got gambling so early, we're actually more advanced than if we didn't. Because I'm essentially getting 2 years worth of cards every year. Paladin instantly into the sin bin. I do like the towers, but they have to go. I need space. I just needed like earthworks or something, but I didn't get them, so... I just have to hope that I can declare war on the King of Stone again at some point. Alright, we are going here. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're going to play the beacon. We're going to level up the dispenser. Lovely. And we now really need to level up the beacon. I need wild cards. I need to start fighting my own side via the rebellion and get the wild cards. Also, I am loving watching my rocks come down and just wipe out whole sections of units. That is just lovely. I don't want to destroy any plots. I am going to invest again in you guys. We're going all in on that turret. It's not the most ideal turret, but it's still a solid one. And this is the thing with the King Greed. His mercenaries, he gets more of them depending on how much gold he has. But you're also spending gold on cards like that to improve it. Now increased by 30%. Very tempting. As much as he keeps wanting me to have more hits. Wild card. As much as I want the money, it has to be this. Because that will also improve them. And before I select anything next time, I am going to go and just show you how much the stats have improved. Now look, it is shooting so fast now. So let's have a look. Hits per second, 49. Compared to 0.78. We be fast. We be very fast on that shot. Wait, what's your damage? 93. Your damage is 22. Your damage is 40. Yours is 15. It's 100. Yeah. So this thing is our main attacker. There we go. That, oh, that damage just shot up even further. Finish leveling up the spire. I do think the game needs more opportunities on how to unlock your plots, but not at the expense of the cards being useless for anything else. Yeah, lab rats would have been fun. Lab rats would have been very fun if I'd got them early and I'd gotten the shrine. There's nowhere I can put them, and once we get here we have to play all of the cards, so there's absolutely no point me really buying any of these. So unless I can find some thieves. Or one more ballista. Yeah, we got a ballista there. That's fine. We can't afford the reroll and purchases. You go in there. You go in there. We've still got plenty to be upgrading. Go. Oh, this is gratifying. And then we're going to go with static with you guys again, because we might as well keep racking that up. Lovely. What I could be doing, if I really want to cheese things out, if I really want to make sure we've got like an Uber unit, is I could turn this into a library as well, but I can't today because I don't have enough plots. God damn it. So they're all going to have to be sold. The beacon goes in. Fantastic. Yeah, we're just unfortunately going to have to sell everything else right now. There's no space for it. But it does improve this even further. So year 33. I've not seen the King of Magic before. Now, the champion of spells usually has the same buff. Holy crap. Usually has the same buff as, say, the castle. But that is a simple playthrough of 9 Kings. Again, I hope you can see how this game can be very addictive with the strategy, the placement. But at the same time, because of the lack of options and cards in the game, there is that risk of just repetitiveness, or alternatively just very quickly burning through the content, and again you get like a week's constant play out of it and then you'll never pick it up again. Now I really do hope that the 2 new Kings will improve this. I really hope that they just generally put like something like a mercenary series of cards in, where they're just like any king can pick them up, and or alternatively more shopping areas, or even a extra large mode where the plots are doubled. But thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.